Hello everybody, welcome to the Pilates class for today. The two pieces of equipment I'll be using today is a pair of slides and a pair of dumbbells. Dumbbells can be substituted for anything around 1 to 2 kilos, and the slides can be substituted with some socks on a smooth hard surface or paper/plastic plates on a carpeted surface. So to start our class today, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of mobility. So we're going to begin with one leg bent in front, the other leg is bent out to the side. We're going into what is called a mermaid stretch. So we're taking the right hand, if the right leg is in front, down towards the floor and lowering the elbow as far as you can. As we reach the left arm all the way up and over, we're going to pull the left shoulder down towards the floor, drawing the left shoulder all the way back up, reaching the left hand down as we bring the right hand all the way back up overhead. So we're getting a nice lateral reach or lateral stretch, so the stretch through the side of the body here, warming up with some rotation as well as we bring that shoulder down towards the floor. And we want to try and keep our shoulder down away from our ear on both sides the whole time. And one. Last one on this side, and then we'll go to the other side. And last reach. And let's flip the legs over. Keeping your sit bone down towards the floor as much as you can. Mine is definitely lifting off the floor here, but if you want to try and increase your range, that's something that you can think about. Keep using your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And last one here, all the way over, squaring the body, open and reach. All right, now we're going to flip over into a 4-point kneel from here. So stacking the hands directly underneath the shoulders, we're going to keep the elbows locked out as we push the floor away from you, drawing your tailbone under, and then sinking the shoulders back through. You can tilt through the pelvis back again. So it's kind of like combining the cat and cow here, but we want to have a little bit more exaggeration on pushing the floor away, and we're protracting and retracting through the shoulders here. So push the floor away from you and round. And then come back to a nice neutral position, shrug through the shoulders, and then sink the hips or the belly button through. And again. And now we're going to tuck the toes under, pushing up into a down dog. Draw the heels down towards the floor as much as you can, and then we're going to come back into a 4-point kneel. And keep repeating that action, pushing down and coming back. Let's go 3 more. Controlling as the knees come down. And last one. And 1. Okay, so we're going to be coming into 3 different variations of a bird dog now. So keeping the hands stacked underneath the shoulders, knees are stacked underneath your hips. The first option we're going to be doing is drawing your rib cage towards your hips slightly, push the floor away from you, and we're alternating legs. We're trying to keep a nice compressed core, so keeping our rib cage to hip connection the whole time as we extend opposite arm to leg, squeezing through the bottom and pulling the shoulder away from your ear, then controlling as it comes back down. So what we're working on is keeping our hip bones square to the floor, keeping one arm, the supporting arm, nice and straight. The one that's reaching, we want to keep it nice and close to our ear. And this is warming up through our shoulders, through our back, glutes and hamstrings, and our core. So take your time when you're swapping. If you're finding you're not super balanced here, you might want to bring the knees and the hands a little wider. Okay, the next type we're going to stay on one side, reaching all the way out, and then we're going to pull the knee in towards your opposite elbow as you come into as much flexion as you can, like a little sit up in the air, and then reach it all the way back out, nice and neutral. And again. And away. Let's go 2 more times. And last one. Dropping it down, and let's do that on the other leg. Reaching up, lifting up, and squeezing it in. Exhale as we come in. Inhale as you return. Let's go 2 more. And last one. And having a little stretch back in your child's pose now. And coming back up into a 4-point nail, the last variation we're going to do, staying on the one side again, extending the arms and the legs away, drawing your belly button in towards your chest, belly button up towards the spine and hips up towards your ribs. Chest is pushing away. We're going to keep the arm and leg nice and straight as we squeeze the bottom, reaching straight up, and then we want to tap the hand and the foot at the same time to return back to the floor. Squeezing up and lower. And let's go 10 more here. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing it in. Set yourself back up in a nice square position, and we'll do that on the other side. Squeezing up and tap. 10 more. Seven, 4, 2, and 1. Nice work. So we're going to grab one of your dumbbells. You can definitely do this work without any resistance. And we're going to come into some inner thigh work. So 2 options with how you'd like to lay. You can either be up on the elbow, making sure the shoulder is down away from your ear, or you can lay completely flat. Just be mindful if you are going to be up on the elbow, it is quite a lot of work for the shoulder. So you can come down at any point. We want to make sure that we're not sagging through the ribs and the shoulder here. So push the ribs up towards the ceiling and push the shoulder down away from your ear. The top leg is going to go behind the bottom leg that's extended, and you can either be up on your toes or down onto your heel. We're going to bring the dumbbell onto your straight leg here, and the top hand is just holding it in place. It's not actually taking any of the load. All right, now we're just going to squeeze as we lift straight up and then control it back down. Keep drawing your rib cage towards your hips. And lower. Keep pulling the heel up towards the ceiling as well. And I'm going to keep reminding you about your bottom shoulder, especially because I can't see you. Squeezing up, controlling down. Leg as straight as you can. You can have your eye gaze down towards the floor. You can have it lifting up, whatever feels good on your neck. And we're going to go 4 more. 3. And 1. All right, now we're going to keep the knee bending and extending the entire time. So we want to make sure that the leg is moving in a nice straight line. We're trying not to dip and then lift throughout this range. So the next one we're going to be working through is similar to a bicycle action. So we're going to be bending the knee up towards your chest, extending the leg as it comes to the front, and then pulling it back down as it stays straight. So you bend, extend, and reach. So you want to make sure that you're not right on top of your hip bone on the bottom side, because this will feel pretty uncomfortable if you are. So you want to just roll the top hip back slightly so you're on the musclier part of your bottom. Checking our shoulder on the bottom side if you're up on the elbow. Bend. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. You should start to feel your inner thighs now, your groin. 2 more. And last one. We're going to grab the dumbbell with your top hand, reaching it all the way up towards the ceiling, and we're pulling the top hand in towards the bottom leg, rising up, and then tapping back down. You can pull your ribcage towards your hips slightly, and then reach the chest back through. It's like a little sit-up and an inner thigh lift, all in one. Rise and lower, squeeze and up. Let's go, 6 more. 4, 2, and last one. Nice work. Drawing it all the way in, and we'll go to your other side when you're ready. So all of that from the beginning. If you're on your elbow on the other side, unless you're working around an injury, try and do the same thing on this side now. So dumbbell on the bottom leg, let's squeeze it up and then control it back down. Making sure the leg isn't just dropping straight down towards the floor, getting passive, staying active the whole time. Keep pulling your rib cage towards your hips, lifting the rib cage on the bottom side and the shoulder. We're going for 6 more here. 3, and 1. Okay, keeping the bend and extend now. The leg stays up off the floor the whole time. Nice straight line from the knee. So where you pull it in from at the start, it just goes back through that range in reverse to return back to the starting position. Let's go 6 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now our bicycle bend and extend. Pretty normal for one side to feel a little stronger than the other. Keep thinking about your shoulder reaching down away from your ear. And we're going 6 more. 5, 4, 2, and 1. Okay, so picking up the dumbbell with the top hand, let's squeeze it up. You can pull the rib cage in and then reach back away. In and rise. Keep pulling your heel up towards the ceiling as well to keep it in the inner thigh and lessen the quad and hip flexor. Let's go for 4, 3, and 1. Nice work. Okay, drop the dumbbell down. You can have a little breather, and we're going to grab your slides or get set up in the area that you can use your alternatives with. And we're getting into some more sort of ab work here. We haven't done a whole lot of isolated ab work yet. We've just done a little bit of bird dog, and the last exercise of those inner thigh ones was probably warming up through your obliques a little bit. Now this work is going to definitely work your shoulders. I'll give you an option where it can be on the elbows. Okay, otherwise you can make a fist with the hands on the floor as well if it starts aggravating your wrist. But the best way to get stronger wrists in these positions is to keep kind of working on it and pushing up into the shoulders and try and share some of that load. All right, so we're going to start in a 4-point hover again. So hands are stacked directly underneath the shoulders, and we're tucking the toes under, and we're going to lift the knees off the floor this time, trying to keep our shins parallel to the floor. You have 2 options for this exercise. You can either extend away and then bend back in, extend and bend, okay? You'll get a lot out of that. It's definitely not an easy exercise, but the progression, or the second option from that exercise there, is you're pushing up, exactly the same position to start. We're extending away, coming into a plank, bending back in reverse, and then try and extend alternating legs each time we work through this. Keeping your shins parallel when we pull back into your hover. Trying not to sink in through the shoulder blades here. And keep using your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Pushing into the fingertips as well. Let's go 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Drawing it all the way in. Have a little stretch, have a little breather, and we're going to do that sequence again. Okay, so you could definitely do this one on your elbows as well if your wrists are starting to feel a little tired. Okay, do whatever you need to do. If you are on the elbows, it just might mean that it's a little harder to keep your shins parallel to the floor, and if that means that your knees are a little bit higher, that's okay. All right, whatever option suits you. Pushing the floor back away from you, hovering the knees, and let's go. Back, back, in, and in. And 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Whew, they get tough very quickly. All right, so the next one we're doing is pretty similar to this one, but we're going to be using our obliques instead of our front abdominals here. So we're going to be adding a little twist through the legs. Our aim is to do roughly 8 per side. If I'm a little bit faster or a little bit slower than you, you can either take a break or you can cut your reps, whatever you need to do. All right, so setup is the same with the shoulders. We're going to be bringing the legs out into a plank to begin. And then we're twisting your hips to one side, and we're going to bring the bottom leg in first. So we go in and tuck, back and back, okay? If it feels better for you to use the outside leg, you can do that, okay? Just do a couple right now, see which feels best for you, and we'll get started on our 8 reps in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and let's do it. In, back, and back. 2, keep the hips up nice and high. 3, keep the twist. 1/2. 6, 7, and last one. 8. Nice work. And dropping down. Having a little breather. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Getting ready, we're going to go to the other side now. Keep twisting through the body, keep squeezing the rib cage towards your hips on the bottom side. I'm hoping that you're feeling your obliques here. Let's get ready. Pushing it away, twisting through, and let's go. 8, 7, 1/2. 3, 2, and last one. Nice work. Drawing it all the way back in. Have a little shake through the wrists. The next one we're going to be on our elbows to your wrists. We'll get a breather. We're going to be working with an in and out action through the legs. Normal to feel your inner thighs a little bit. Big thing I want you to think about though is not sagging through your lower back, okay? So if it means that you need to go a little shorter with your range, or you need to do one leg at a time, you can do that. So I'll demo the full exercise and then the option. So everyone coming down to the elbows and then pushing the floor away from you. First option, you can just go with the single leg, okay, or a double out and in. You can go just wider than shoulder width apart. Only go as wide as your mobility feels comfortable. We're going to push the floor away, and our aim is to do about 30 seconds worth, okay? We'll have a breather, and then we're going to try and do another 30 seconds. So let's get set up. We're going in about 10 seconds. Your hands can either be up in a fist, flat, or clasped together. Whatever feels best for you. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Remember, trying not to sag in through your lower back, pulling your tailbone under, so drawing towards your heels. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Drawing it in. 15-second break. 30 more seconds of that one. And then we've got one more exercise on the slides for our abs. Then we're grabbing the dumbbells. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So you can always do this one on your hands as well, but I'm just giving our wrist a little breather. Halfway. Definitely feeling my inner thighs now. Squeeze it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, out, and 1. Woo! All right. So the last one here, you have a couple of options for this exercise. My feedback has been that this exercise feels awkward, so you're more than welcome to do the second option that I'll show you if it feels a little awkward. But the first one that we're going to try is a mountain climber where we move from one side to the other. Okay, so what that looks like, it doesn't matter how many mountain climbs it takes you to get to one side to the other. Okay, we just want to try and keep it moving. It's good to work our entire core and shoulders. So keeping the shoulders over the hands, we're going to start with the run in, and then you twist to one side, bring the legs out to the side, and then you bring it back to the center and out to the other side, twist. Okay, second option, you can just do normal mountain climbers. Okay, if you've had enough on your wrists and the slides here, that's pretty justified, and you can do some bicycles instead. Okay, just making sure you're keeping an imprinted spine if you are going to do the bicycles. So whatever option you're going to take, we're going to work with the 30 seconds. Again, this is a long time. All right, so we're just going to do one round, 30 seconds, that's it. That's all I'm asking. Get ready. We're going to go in about 5 seconds from now. 4, 3, 2, let's do it. Twisting and breathing. Okay, we're halfway. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. Just take the slides off to the side. We'll be using them again in a moment or in a little bit. Grabbing our dumbbells, and we're going to come down for some star sit-ups. So we're going to be alternating legs and arms for this one. We want to bring the legs about just a touch wider than mat width. You can bring the arms out to this sort of upward diagonal, so it's not completely overhead, but we're not directly lateral either. Okay, and we're going to be using opposite arm to leg. You have 2 options for this one. I think it just depends on the individual. Neither is right or wrong. So we're going to squeeze your ribcage towards your hips, pulling your left hand to your right foot, and then coming back down. And then the other arm just stays flat, and you kind of just lift one shoulder blade off the floor. Second option, you can push into the hand or the elbow on the outside arm to lift your chest up and then control it back down. I was a little bit wobbly on that one. Squeezing up and then down. Okay, do a couple now, see what feels good for you, and then we'll get into it. Rising up, exhale, control it down as we return, squeezing it up. Try and imprint the spine when we get down towards the floor. It is harder to do when you've got your legs fully extended. And we're going to go for 4 more. 3, 2, and last one, and 1. Nice work. Okay, so we're going to pull the knees up towards the ceiling now. The feet are nice and flat, And you have the option to do this with or without the weights. You can either lift the chest or have your head flat. If you tend to feel your neck a lot in ab work, I definitely recommend keeping the head down, and to progress it, you could lift the legs to tabletop or push them a little further away. We're going to be working with some 100s, so we've got some slow ones holding the weights and then some faster ones without. Okay, so the slow ones look like this. We lower and rise, keep imprinting through the spine. Your arms are staying nice and straight. For both options, we're making sure that the movement is coming from the shoulder, not the elbows. Okay, and then the fast, you can lift the chest up, arms stay straight, and we're beating straight up and down from there. Okay, then we're going to come back, lift the dumbbells back up and do slow ones, and we're going to keep alternating. Alrighty, so grabbing the weights, straight arms, lifting the legs if you want to, pushing them away if you want to, imprint the spine, and let's go lower and rise, lower. So it's nice and slow, pushing the shoulders down away from your ears. Try and pull the rib cage down as well. And we'll go 4 more. Breathing. And 1, dropping the weights, lifting the chest, straight up and down with the arms. Straight arms as well. Squeezing. Lift the chest a little higher if you can. I've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Grabbing the dumbbells back, dropping the head back down, and let's rise and lower. I'm definitely warm and feeling it. Let's go 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the dumbbells, lift the chest, and let's go again. Straight up and down, nice and fast. 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this one, you definitely have the option to use the dumbbells if you want to. You don't have to. Palms are going to face up towards the ceiling. Feet stay down on the floor. You can go into a frog if your hip flexors are feeling it. And we're going to lift the chest up into a sit-up. Draw your chin towards your chest and belly button draws down towards the floor. And we're going to go all the way up overhead and then pull it all the way back down. Dumbbells in towards the hips. All the way up and tap. Little bend in the arms if it feels better on the elbows.
At the time of the place, baby, it's not right. It's not right, no. Going insane.
And we're going to go for 5.
To fix, can we face it tonight?
4.
Face it tonight. Oh, no way, though. Maybe
2.
I can't let go. Maybe
And 1. Okay, dropping the dumbbells down, hands go behind your head, lifting the legs up in tabletop, and we're going to alternate legs. So you can hang your head into your hands, keeping the work out of the front of the neck. Keep pushing your lower back down. Option, you can do double leg. Otherwise, stay with the singles. And we're going 10. 7. 4. 2. And 1. Okay, last exercise for the abs. We're going to take the arms all the way up overhead, squeeze the arms in towards your head here, extending the legs, pushing your lower back towards the floor as much as you can. It's pretty tricky. And we're going to squeeze up and then lower back down.
Why are you playing? No rhyme or reason, no, it's not fair. It's not fair, no. You said you were
And we're going to hold it up, little pulses. 10, 9, 3, 2, up and hold. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, we're going to come up to standing. I'm going to clear some space again because we're coming back into some slide work now, but it's for our lower body this time. We're going to be grabbing 1 slide here. We're going to be finishing off our class today with this standing glute sequence. You might feel your glutes, hammies and quads all in one. Normal to feel your calves and the front of your shins here as well. so we're going to start with your feet stacked directly underneath your sit bones. We're going to be coming into a lunge, so your hands are on your hips, hinging the body forward, pushing the bottom back, standing it back up, and we're going to pull the knee up towards your chest, controlling the foot back down towards your slide. Hinging back, standing it up, pull the knee, and lower. Keep drawing your rib cage towards your hips, maintaining some core compression here. And we've got 2 more. Last one. Okay, now the next one we're going to go with hands behind your head. We're hinging, lunging forward, coming back up. We're hinging again, keeping a little bend in the supporting leg as we bring the chest down. Then rise it back up. Lunge, stand, push the bottom back, and come back up. So lunge. Keep our shoulders away from our ears. We have 2 more. And last one. All right, now we're bringing the leg out to the side, as well as the arms with the leg. We're going to be bringing, so say you've got your left leg still on the floor, the right leg is on the slide. We're going to bring the same arm as the leg with the slide down towards the floor as we fan it round, reaching down, standing all the way back up, reaching down and up. Don't stress if you can't reach the floor, you can just tap to the leg and then bring it back up here. Keep the leg with the slide nice and straight. We're only bending the supporting leg and up. Let's go 5, 4. Keep breathing, making sure the knee is staying in line with your big toe. And last one. All right, arms come back out to the side. We're going to lift the leg off the slide and we're going to squeeze, rising and lowering. You can bring the hands to the hips if you prefer. Last exercise on this side. 10, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, all of that on the other side, leg, and let's do it. So we're gonna lunge, up, pull the knee, and lower. Almost finished. Keeping our hips nice and square. Normal to feel your hip flexor and your quad when we lift. Okay, we've got 1 more. Hands behind your head. Keep the lunge in and hinge. Bottom goes back. Making sure our supporting knee isn't dropping in and out here. All right, we've got 6 more. 5. Keep remembering our rib cage down towards your hips, keeping our core active. Keep lifting up through the arch of your supporting leg. 2. And last one. Arms and leg out to the side. Let's fan it round. And standing it up. Keep breathing. Remember, you can reach to the leg if you can't touch the floor. The leg is straight at the back. Feeling our glutes here, hamstrings, quads, all of them are good. 5 more. 3. And last one, square the legs. Arms can come out or to the hip, and let's lift and lift. Stay low in your supporting leg. Last ones, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Well done. That was a tough session. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.